Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and today I'll be talking about an Instigator Bolt Carbine Inner Fire build for the Vanguard class for both Operations and Siege mode in patch 8.0 Space Marine 2. Now, Inner Fire is still a very powerful perk in this game. A lot of people like his Healing Team perk. These are both great options, but today I want to build around this one because it's been kind of left behind, and it's still very strong. So for the primary weapon we have here, we are going to be using the Instigator Bolt Carbine, like I mentioned, and we're going to be taking the magazine capacity and ammo reserve option, mainly because the Vanguard's ammo reserves in this game kind of suck. His ammo economy is awful. He has basically no ammo restoration perks in this whole game, which is why we kind of just build into ammo for him. So we go down here into extended magazine, into reloaded restoration. After reloading, your ammo reserve is restored by 50% of the number of enemies hit, cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. Perks like this are just kind of mandatory to keep your ammo up, because the more ammo you're wasting in siege mode, that's the more requisition points that you are spending. So this is very valuable for us. And then we go over here into Divine Might for more damage, and we get reload speed here because we won't be taking the finisher reload. Then we go here into increased capacity for more ammunition, and then over here into Great Might for more terminus damage, up into recoupment, which is killing a Majoris level or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon, restores one armor segment, cooldown is 15 seconds. Armor restores in this game are very strong, so this is a very good perk. Then we go up into tactical precision, headshots deal 20% more damage, non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. Now, this may say 20% headshot damage, but it's actually 30% headshot damage and a minus 10% to all non-headshot range damage. So this perk is kind of like, it has an improper description, but it's still incredibly powerful, very strong, boosts your damage up a lot. Then we go here into Headhunter, which is headshots deal 10% more damage, and then you have a choice between taking Rapid Health or just taking the Hone Precision, both of which are kind of mediocre perks for us here, especially if you're going to be taking things like Adrenaline Rush. But if you're not taking Adrenaline Rush in like one of the build setups I'll show in a second, you could take Rapid Health here, so I decided to do today. Now, for the secondary weapon, I have decided to take the Neo Volkite. Now, Neo Volkite on the Vanguard is quite good. This weapon is incredible at killing enemies like Spore Mines, Cultists. It does a lot of work in this game, like a shocking amount of work. It's also pretty decent against bosses at times. And the gunstrike damage of this thing isn't as strong as like a heavy bolt pistol, but it does have an AoE gunstrike effect, and it's also like the middle of the road in terms of damage. Now, as far as the perk tree goes, I just build all the way into the explosion here because it's just like the best way to use this weapon in my opinion. And alternatively, instead of taking accelerated combustion, you could take increased capacity. I think this might actually be overall better. And for the versions, I just take the firepower variant, but I know, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if the firepower variant or the magazine capacity variant are more useful overall, but it's just one I decided to take today. Now, as far as our melee weapon goes, we do take the Block Artificer Chainsword, mainly because the speed stat is very valuable. This thing's damage is pretty great. The Vanguard in particular benefits from block weapons a lot because he doesn't really struggle with getting contested HP back thanks to his starting increase of 50% contested health recovery on melee attacks. And with this weapon's perk, Swift Recovery here, which is heavy attacks restore 100% more contested health, applies to the following attacks: Quick Punch, Front Kick, Shoulder Bash, Stomp. It is very hard to actually die in the Vanguard, and the speed of 6 lets you get this perk out very quickly, so that's why we build it this way. And then I build all the way up over here into Majora's Slayer, because I have taken momentum gain in the past, but I'm starting to like this setup more. As long as you have the full throttle perk for your skip, you can pretty much just bash into enemies over and over, and the strength of 11 on the Artificer version really does not matter that much because your speed is so high. And as for the actual Vanguard setup here, you do have a couple options. I want to talk about this one first, using Adrenaline Rush, because I know a lot of people who want some kind of healing on their Vanguard, and most people will not want to build into like Tactical Prowess on top of Inner Fire, because just like it is hard to play, and most people just don't want to do that. So I'm going to go over a couple setups. This is one we're going to cover first. So starting off in the core tree, we're going to take Upper Hand. After a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This perk will prevent you from getting 100 to 0'd by like chain stuns, even from bosses at times. Really, really valuable, and getting knocked around in this game just sucks, especially against like Lictors and Zoanthropes. And Upper Hand, S tier perk, pretty much always take this. The melee perk up here, Melee Mastery, is good. This one's just better. And same thing here, S tier perk, Conviction. When your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. 25% less health damage is super chunky. 10-second uptime is just like an eternity in this game, and it's just like cycles into itself with your armor restoration perks like Launch Restoration and Restoration. And the way armor works in this game is that as long as you have any amount of armor remaining, you will take 0 damage from the next melee hit, even from bosses, and also like reduce range damage. So excellent perk combination here, cycles into itself. And Conviction, when you are low and like your armor does actually break before you get your restorations off, this will keep you alive. So S tier perk for sure, and much better than Duelist and even Close Combat Focus. Like, this perk is good. I must say that. This perk's better. Consecutive execution here, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores equipment charge by 1. Cooldown is 90 seconds. This is just the best perk in this tree by far, because having 90-second Melt-A-Bombs is invaluable in the siege mode. Melt-A-Bombs are simply the meta in Space Marine 2. They really have been since the game came out, and equipment recharge perks make you like cycle into them. So super valuable. Pretty much always take this perk as well. Next thing here is the team perk. This is probably the most controversial pick in this whole tree, which is Inner Fire. All squad members can restore ability charge by 15% by performing finishers on Majora's level or higher enemies. I do want to say this can be team dependent. It really depends how coordinated your team is. If you want to take this perk, you certainly can, because 30% heal is obviously very meta as well on the Vanguard. It's just that Inner Fire is a great enabler for your most powerful teammates. People like if you have a Bulwark, let's say this, you have a Bulwark Invigorating Icon, you really do not need the healing team perk on Maziel for the Vanguard, because the Invigorating Icon is valuable enough, and Inner Fire enables banners. It also enables your tacticals to like put out aspects constantly, even your snipers to get their charge back faster, and heavies of their Iron Halo are like super beneficial. So really, the Vanguard has an enormous impact of this perk. I actually value this perk more in like a fully built team comp for like Bulwark on top of tactical or heavy, but if you want to take this perk, you certainly can. I'm just building around this today. Now, next perk here is Shockwave. Diving Kick additionally deals damage in a 5-meter radius. This perk is also incredible. It will get rid of Bramble, get rid of Spore Mines, get rid of Cultists. This is just more value for your kick, and you'll be diving all the time in this game, because this class is all about grappling and just shooting guys in the face. This is very good for that. Next perk here is Zone of Impact. Performing a finisher with the grapnel launcher deals damage to nearby enemies. This is actually your best horde clear on this class outside of your Melt-A-Bomb spam when tied with the Tactical Prowess perk here. So that's why I pretty much always take this. If you do want to like forego this perk and go down and take Tip of the Spear for 15% more range damage for 10 seconds on Diving Kick, that is really good, but I would not take this perk with Tactical Prowess ever, because they have a negative synergy where like this one doesn't trigger if you actually get the execute off. So I don't take this for the most part. Next perk here, you have a choice between Thrill of the Fight, which is after a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you take 20% less health damage for 5 seconds, or the Combat Readiness for grapnel launcher recharges 20% faster. Now, this perk is good. 20% less health damage on parry, block, or dodge is something you're going to get all the time. This one only has a 5-second uptime, however, compared to the 10-second uptime of Conviction, so it is still decent, not quite as good as this perk, and the damage reduction is lower, though you will be pulling this off more often, even in like dangerous situations, than this perk at times, and they do stack together, so you can really get like a chunky damage reduction. But I do value Combat Readiness quite a bit, because a 20% faster grapnel launcher recharge on top of things like Inner Fire is very good. It lets you get off Zone of Impact, even if you don't want to take something like Tactical Prowess. Now, as far as the Grim Determination perk goes, when grapnel launcher is in cooldown, weapon damage increases by 15%. I don't think this is as valuable as these two perks, because damage reduction and getting your grapnel back for Zone of Impact is just overall more impactful. And this perk also only functions when your grapnel launcher is fully on cooldown. At least like that's how it was in previous patches. It did not function when like you only had one grapnel charge. It had to be like two. It had to be absolutely 0, which is pretty shitty. So that's not that good of a perk. Next thing here for the signature perk. Now, though, this is like the biggest choice you could make. Now, Tactical Prowess is the best signature perk. Grapnel Launcher can activate a finisher not only on incapacitated enemies, but also on those who have less than 33% health, except Terminus level, and performing a finisher with the Grapnel Launcher restores its charge. This perk is incredible. It lets you cycle your Horde clear with Zone of Impact. This is your best Horde clear in the whole game. Killing an Extremis at 33% HP saves you a ton of ammo, a ton of time, can save your life, can clear out whole hordes. It's just super, super valuable. Incredible perk. S tier for the Vanguard for sure, but a lot of people will not want to play with Tactical Prowess and Zone of Impact and Inner Fire, mainly because having no healing on the Vanguard is very difficult to play for a lot of players. So if you want to take Adrenaline Rush, you certainly can, and you will get your grapnel back for finishers on the Zone of Impact. It's less effective overall, but if you have like a Bulwark on your team, like I said, Invigorating Icon can heal you up where you don't need Adrenaline Rush, so you could just take Tactical Prowess. But for most players, I think you just want to build into Adrenaline Rush, because most people aren't going to be building around like this path here, just because it's quite hard to play. Next thing here for the Prestige perks would be Battlefield Awareness. If a target is within 8 meters, you do 10% more range damage. This is pretty much free range damage because you're close all the time in this game, so I pretty much always take this. And then we have over here Fortitude. Health increases by 15%. Health increasing just makes you more tanky. It also makes it so your effective HP at low HP levels is that much higher, because the lower your HP is in Space Marine 2 in like increments of 25%, you get increasing damage resist. So that's why like a sniper shot will take 70% of your HP when you're at full. and then like 20% when you're at like 25% HP left. So health increases are very, very valuable for that reason. Same thing here with armor restoration. Armor restoration is like the meta in Space Marine 2. I know, shocking, but it actually is incredibly valuable. Perks like focus restoration on the bulwark are actually currently better than advanced conditioning for this reason, because like I said before, the way armor works is you get full damage reduction versus melee attacks against even bosses, and launch restoration will like outright save your life at times. Just keep you away from chip damage from range, pretty much keep you from dying to melee hits. Incredible stuff here. When you stack these together, when you stack launch restoration on top of the perk here with your Instigator Bull Carbine for recoupment, on top of a bulwark on your team that has focus restoration, you're gonna be getting so much armor back throughout the game that like you're gonna be taking significantly less damage overall. You need to heal less. So these two perks are just super, super good. They also cycle into your conviction here, and drip fed armor is just pretty S tier in this game currently. But that's pretty much all there is to this build setup. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said, you can build the tactical prowess. I really only build this for like most players if you have a bulwark on your team that knows what they're doing with invigorating icon, because invigorating icon really is the only thing you need for healing in the siege mode in this game if you have like an inner fire, or even just like in a duo, because bulwark right now, the best duo comp is like a power fist bulwark with heavy, because these guys just do absurd damage. But Vanguard is still very useful. Inner Fire is an amazing enabler. Makes your Auspex come out faster, makes the Bulwark's banners come out faster, makes Sniper get his cloak faster. Heavy with Iron Halo can fire back at bosses more. Vanguard really is a great pick, and he has a great team synergy. That's why I wanted to build around Inner Fire today. So hopefully this build guide helped. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll show some gameplay of this. We had a triple Helbrute fight. I won't lie, got a little hairy. I was talking to Zambit at the time, but we managed to finish up the Helbrutes, and this build is still pretty strong, and in the video we'll show we had no adrenaline rush, and we were just using tactical prowess instead of impact with Inner Fire, and this class can definitely function with no healing at all on a team that's like struggling quite a bit. So if you're trying to just make it to wave 15, this build will definitely be able to do that. And here's the gameplay now. Thanks for watching. That's very nice. I think I blew up my own melted bomb. That wasn't me. But it didn't blow up me. That's interesting. I guess it only kills you if you're the one who detonated it. Alright, that's what I want.
Stagger you.
Yeah.
Somebody else detonates it.
I'd be really toxic if he didn't. This guy brought 8
teammates like spamming frag grenades.
First time. This might be the world's first Thunderhand Rule 15 I've ever seen. Make it past that.
I respect it. I don't know what it is.
What's Mr. Reese saying in chat? I can't read chat. It's your duty now. What's everyone saying in chat? That's a better question. I get Jeff on it for this. He's a very good chat reader. He's a very good chat bot.
Chat reader.
Yeah, you went to the show. You went to the
vacation, right?
He is back from vacation. He had like a real life or something, like a fulfilling life with his wife or something like that. I don't know what it's about. But
that's Smash.
Yeah, I know. And a good family or something. What's that about?
You remember I asked in the group chat, like, you guys are gonna be on? He's like, I'm on vacation.
Fucking vacation?
Like,
oh, this motherfucker goes on vacation, dude.
I mean, I'm going on vacation in August, so.
Yeah, you guys go on vacation. I ain't ever doing that. I'm too cheap. I never bought my girlfriend Stardew Valley.
No, it's not like a super expensive vacation. I'm not gonna be gone for very long, so.
Alright, I gotta move out of here. I don't think we properly set up for this at all. Oh god.
I'm not sure. Plasma? Probably Plasma right now. GL is kinda... I mean, GL's insane, but...
Let me go. I saw a sim back there. What do I want to buy here? Just like a heavy bot? Probably.
If about to go bird.
I'm just gonna leave after this wave, so I don't really care if I waste a bunch of shit.
Why am I so cool? I'm not.
We need to destroy the major enemy threats.
Oh god. Really a dance for these guys, man.
Finished and ready. Walk available.
Oh, your team is cooked by the Helbrutes.
Yeah, they got cooked. To be fair, it's a very hard fight for most players. I mean, it's hard fight for any player, really. It's just very difficult. There's so much that can go wrong.
I think it's pretty easy. Go full elitist mode.
Do you think it's pretty easy? I think that's
It's pretty easy. I totally haven't been like 100 to 0 multiple times. I triple.
Yeah, we've all. So I was like, I remember when 4-4 crashed, he just put in his video, he's just like, and then I died from the Helbrutes. You just knew you couldn't beat it. It's just it's too bullshit. I just got, oh my god, these guys just opened up a portal on my ass. Feels good.
I'm making a Space Marine streamer tier list.
Space Marine. How many are there?
Yeah. I think right now there's like you and Maple, and Maple's like very much a Helldivers like tour. You know?
Yeah. I'm making guys for this game.
Other than that, when I actually do stream, it's just like me and you basically.
That's all it needs to be. That's all it needs to be for the duo. Gotta gatekeep it, no, I'm kidding. No, I've actually talked to Behind the Grind. I've met a few YouTubers. You know, I've always been the kind of I've always been that way. But I don't really give a fuck about like anything, but if somebody's nice, that's it. Somebody's non-toxic. I've met quite a few Space Marine 2 YouTubers. All been very nice.
Yeah, I've had good experiences with everybody I've met so far.
Whereas a lot of them are tight as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fine there. Buy ammo. Get my armor back.
Yeah, Mr. E has the monopoly over Dark Tide.
Nah, he told me I stole 100,000 views from him. Because I got my my guy.
Dude, that triple barrel video you posted popped off.
I know, it was a fun build idea.
One of my friends
all actually
predicted
did really
using
well.
that.
I might change some things around it. I thought it was a good build.
Yeah, I messed around with it. It was fun.
There's some things I might change about it now, but... And then Moe. I never watched Moe. He's for solo. He's a very good match for solo player. He got me on the attack axe.
The attack axe is super fun.
Oh, that was close. That was the last part. Alright, this shit coming. Oh, no, that wasn't him. He's sad.
Oh my god.
You see that absolute clutch grapple? You see that? Look at that in the replay.
It's like you almost get like true comboed by 3 Helbrutes.
No, did you see how I epically escaped it?
So yeah. I might have looked away for a second.
That was like the worst possible. That was cool. Chat, that was cool.
You're streaming on Twitch. What do you call it?
Probably died to start with. Oh god. These are grapple there. I think the only way to live through that.
Your teammates are having fun.
They're in the front row seats.
What needs grappling?
You just like spawn back in and die.
Targets remain active. We can be eliminated after we purge the stronghold.
My heavy shot his plasma at least once of these guys. All is literally all we need. Turn around and just shoot him! Fuck. Turn around and shoot him! Fucking.
This is gonna be another justified crash out. From
This is not the God Emperor of Mankind, okay? That's all I'm saying. Alright. Whatever. Fucking bot teammate. We got him.
Destroy the major enemy threats.
I'll count that as a true solo. We almost got it cleared out with the Vanguard Inner Fire, but